In this video, I'll be describing my experience with lucid dreaming. I do have to mention that I have the AC on, and there's probably gonna be a few cars passing by. Hopefully it's not really noticeable, but I'm gonna try to edit the noise out. It is the middle of summer. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I could turn it off, but it probably get really hot, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to remove all the noise that I can. Anyways, in this video, I'll just be mentioning the things that happen a lot to me in dreams, so things that happen very often. The first thing is, whenever I jump in a dream, for some reason, I stay floating 2 feet from the air, so two feet in the air from the ground. So I don't know why this happens. I'm pretty sure, I think the reason why this happens is because whenever I sit, I'm usually like 2 feet. I'm usually, my feet are usually floating in the air. I think that's the reason. I'd like to know if other people experience this, where whenever they jump, they stay floating in the air. For some reason, that's something that happens a lot to me. The other thing is, whenever I have to do something in my dream, so most of the time it's a presentation, right? So whenever I have to do homework or something is due, time passes by really fast for some reason, and it's not only like time, but your dream gets darker. So you begin to notice it goes from, from daylight to the evening really fast for some reason. I don't know if this happens to other people. I think it does. The other thing is, I think this one is something that, I don't know, I haven't talked to people about their dreams, but I'm pretty sure this happens to people, is that you try to bring something from your dream, right? So for me, it's usually like a picture or maybe a phone number. So another thing is like when you like someone and they tend to show up in your dreams a lot. And for me, for some reason, I think it's because I got my first phone in junior year of high school. So whenever I see someone that I like in my dream, I tend to ask her for her number. And I don't know why, but I mean, especially in this day and age where you can just send a friend request to someone, but for some reason I tend to ask them for the number, and I try to either give them my phone or I try to memorize their number. And I don't know, this happens a lot to me. But the other thing is, as I was saying, was pictures, something like a phone. Maybe you grab a phone, you see a phone, and you want to take it with you when you wake up. The other thing, when it comes to superpowers, so any like special abilities, usually invisibility. Well, besides flying, invisibility is usually like the most common one. So whenever I go invisible in a dream, and I try to go through walls, it almost never works. It never works. So the only way I can go through a wall in a dream is if I close my eyes. But I think that's more like teleportation in a sense. And that's another superpower that happens to me a lot in dreams, and that's teleportation. This one, it works a lot of the time. It works. And the thing about teleportation in my dreams is that whenever I want to teleport, I had to think of how I'm going to land, and I have to position myself in a specific direction. So if I want to face someone, to teleport in front of someone, I had to position myself facing them. I don't know if this happens to other people. I think it does. It's a very normal thing. What's another superpower? I think another superpower is telekinesis. Anything that has to do with psychic abilities. So controlling things with your hands, with your mind, and things like that. This one's, at least for me, they work, but they usually work at the beginning of the dream. By the end of the dream, when you know that it's a dream, kinda, and you're about to wake up, they don't work anymore. I don't know why. Another superpower, I think this one is from watching a lot of anime like Naruto, and that's blowing fire with your mouth. This one I tried to do a lot in dreams, but it never works. And I don't know, does it work for other people? I think it has worked like a few times. I'd like to know if other people have the same dreams. I don't know. And see, teleportation is, I already talked about that one. The other one is time travel. And when it comes to time travel, it's either when you're in high school. So whenever I'm in high school, I go back to high school, and the first thing you try to do is tell someone about the future, about their future. So whenever I try to tell someone about their future, I get really excited, but because I want to see the reaction. But they usually react in a way that it's very neutral, and they don't really show any emotions. It's kind of weird, so it's kind of disappointing. Time travel usually doesn't work. The other kind of time travel that happens is when you go back like a few seconds. So if you're falling, you can go back in time, or if you're being chased, you can go back, or if you're being shot, you can also go back. But that one is more like specific time travel, I guess. Let's see. So you probably noticed that I have an accent. They say it takes less than 1 second to notice that someone has an accent. So you probably noticed that I have an accent, and I don't have a lot of nightmares, but I do have dreams to deal with anxiety. And surprisingly, one of the dreams that I have the most is being in high school, but being in Spanish class. And even though I speak Spanish because I'm a native speaker, for some reason Spanish class gave me the most anxiety out of all the classes. It's kind of strange, but I think it's because my Spanish teacher, well, I used to share my class with my brother, and my brother is like really smart. He's a very smart person. He used to have a 4.2 GPA in high school. He took almost all AP classes, and the thing is that because he also spoke Spanish, he used to show off, and I think the teacher got really annoyed, and I think she was also really annoyed at me for some reason. I'm the opposite of my brother, but I don't know, that class gave me a lot of anxiety. And if there is one teacher that shows up a lot in my dreams, it's my Spanish teacher, out of all the teachers. Surprisingly, I don't really have dreams where I have to speak in Spanish, or where I had to speak in English in public. For some reason, those don't really give me a lot of anxiety, even though they should. Maybe when I was in middle school, I used to have those dreams more often, where I had to speak in English in front of people. But nowadays, it doesn't really happen anymore, even though I still struggle. But I think it's more fun in a sense. I don't know. The other thing, let's see. I think I already mentioned most of the things that happened to me in my dreams. Besides that, I don't know. I don't have nightmares. I do have nightmares sometimes. I do have dreams that tend to be really sad sometimes, not all the time. I think that's all. I'm gonna make another video. I'm not sure if I can think of any other things and or any other dreams. I used to write down my dreams to experience lucid dreaming, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to lucid dream, and the effect doesn't even last that long. So I don't think it was a lot of work. But one of the things about writing down your dreams is that it can give you a lot of ideas for thinking about if you want to write something or if you want to make a video about something. For some reason, dreams do give you a lot of ideas. But that's all I have for this video. It is kind of short, so I'm sorry. But thanks for watching. Probably nobody made it here. Nobody made it this far. Anyways,